Good evening and welcome back to the channel, or for your first time visit, or we're currently reading through the Bible. I'm currently in the book of Ezekiel, but before we begin our next chapter, our prayer. Father, as I read and receive your word, may it deeply be rooted in me, so when difficulty comes, it will be your word that encourages and strengthens me. Amen. Excuse me. So as I mentioned, we're in the book of Ezekiel, and chapter 12 is where we're going to start tonight. Signs of the coming exile. Again a message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, you live among rebels who could see the truth if they wanted to, but they don't want to. They could hear me if they would listen, but they won't listen, because they are rebellious. So now put on a demonstration to show them what it will be like to go off into exile. Pack whatever you can carry in your back and leave your home to go on a journey. Make your preparations in broad daylight so the people can see you, for perhaps they will even yet consider what this means, even though they are such rebels. Bring your baggage outside during the day so they can watch you. Then as they are watching, leave your house in the evening, just as captives do when they begin a long march to distant lands. Dig a hole through the wall while they are watching, and carry your possessions out through it. As they watch, lift your pack to your shoulders and walk away into the night. Cover your face and don't look around. All these actions will be a sign for the people of Israel. So I did as I was told. In broad daylight, I brought my pack outside, filled it with the things I might carry into exile. Then in the evening, while the people looked on, I dug through the wall with my hands and went out into the darkness with my pack on my shoulder. The next morning this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, these rebels, the people of Israel, have asked you what all this means. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. These actions contain a message for Ezekiel and Jerusalem and for all the people of Israel. Then explain that your actions are a demonstration of what will soon happen to them, for they will be driven from their homes and sent away into exile. Even Ezekiel will leave Jerusalem at night through a hole in the wall, taking only what he can carry with him. He will cover his face, and his eyes will never see his homeland again. Then I will spread out my net and capture him in my snare. I will bring him to Babylon, the land of Babylonians, though he will never see it, and he will die there. I will scatter his servants and guards to the four winds and send the sword after them. And when I scatter them among the nations, they will know that I am the Lord. But I will spare a few of them from the death of war, famine, or disease, so they can confess to their captors about how wicked they have been. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Then this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, tremble as you eat your food. Drink your water with fear, as if it were your last. Give the people this message from the sovereign Lord concerning those living in Israel and Jerusalem. They will eat their food with trembling and sip their tiny portions of water in utter despair, because their land will be stripped here on account of their violence. The cities will be destroyed and the farmland deserted. Then you will know that I am the Lord. A new proverb for Israel. Again, a message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, what is that proverb they quote in Israel? Time passes, making a liar of every prophet. Give the people this message from the sovereign Lord. I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. Now give them this new proverb or replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. Then you will see what becomes of all the false visions and misleading predictions about peace in Israel. For I am the Lord. What I threaten always happens. There will be no more delays. You rebels of Israel, I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your own lifetime, says the sovereign Lord. Then this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, the people of Israel saying, his vision won't come true for a long, long time. Therefore, give them this message from the sovereign Lord. No more delay. I will now do everything I have threatened. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. Chapter 13. Judgment against false prophets. Then this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, speak against the false prophets of Israel who are inventing their own prophecies. Tell them to listen to the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Destruction is certain, for the false prophets who are following their own imaginations have seen nothing at all. O people of Israel, these prophets of yours are like jackals digging in the ruins. They have done nothing to strengthen the breaks in the walls around the nation. They have not helped it to stand firm in battle on the day of the Lord. Instead, they have lied and said, "My message was from the Lord," even though the Lord never sent them. And yet they expect him to fulfill their prophecies. Can your visions be anything but false if you claim, "This message is from the Lord," when I have not even spoken to you? Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Because what you say is false, and your visions are a lie, I will stand against you, says the sovereign Lord. I will raise my fist against all the lying prophets, and they will be banished from the community of Israel. I will blot their names from Israel's record books, and they will never again see their own land. Then you will know that I am the sovereign Lord. These evil prophets deceive my people by saying, "All is peaceful," when there is no peace at all. It's as if the people have built a flimsy wall, and these prophets are trying to hold it together by covering it with whitewash. Tell these whitewashers that their wall will soon fall down. A heavy rainstorm will undermine it. Great hailstones and mighty winds will knock it down. And when the wind falls, the people will cry out, Where is the whitewash you applied?" Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will sweep away your whitewashed wall with a storm of indignation, with a great flood of anger, and with hailstones of fury. I will break down your wall right to the foundation, and when it falls, it will crush you. Then you will know that I am the Lord. At last my anger against the wall and those who covered it with whitewash will be satisfied. Then I will say to you, the wall and those who whitewashed it are both gone. They were lying prophets who claimed peace would come to Jerusalem when there was no peace. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. Judgments against false women prophets. Now, son of man, who speak out against the women who prophesy from their own imaginations. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Destruction is certain for you women who are ensnaring the souls of my people, both young and old alike. You tie magic charms on their wrists and furnish them with magic veils. Do you think you can trap others without bringing destruction on yourselves? You turn my people away from me for a few handfuls of barley or a piece of bread. By lying to my people who love to listen to lies, you kill those who should not die, and you promise life to those who should not live. And so the sovereign Lord says, I am against all your magic charms, which you use to ensnare my people like birds. I will tear them from your arms, setting my people free like birds, set free from a cage. I will tear off the magic veils and save my people from your grasp. They will no longer be your victims. Then you will know that I am the Lord. You have discouraged the righteous with your lies when I didn't want them to suffer grief. And you have encouraged the wicked by promising them life, even though they continue in their sins. But you will no longer talk of seeing visions that you never saw, nor will you practice your magic. For I will rescue my people from your grasp. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Chapter 14. The idolatry of Israel's leaders. Then some of the leaders of Israel visited me, and while they were there, this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, these leaders have set up idols in their hearts. They have embraced things that lead them to sin. Why should I let them ask me anything? Give them this message from the sovereign Lord. I, the Lord, will punish the people of Israel who set up idols in their hearts, so they fall into sin, and then come to my prophet asking for help. I will do this to capture the minds and the hearts of all my people who have turned from me to worship their detestable idols. Therefore, give the people of Israel this message from the sovereign Lord. Repent and turn away from your idols and stop all your loathsome practices. I, the Lord, will punish all those, both Israelite and foreigners, who reject me and set up idols in their hearts, so they fall into sin, and who then come to a prophet asking for my advice. I will turn against such people and make a terrible example of them, destroying them. Then you will know that I am the Lord. And if a prophet is deceived and gives a message anyway, it is because I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet. I will stand against such prophets and cut them off from the community of Israel. False prophets and hypocrites, evil people who claim to want my advice, will all be punished for their sins. In this way, the people of Israel will learn not to stray from me, polluting themselves with sin. They will be my people, and I will be their God, says the sovereign Lord. The certainty of the Lord's judgment. Then this message came to me from the Lord. Son of man, suppose the people of a country were to sin against me, and I lifted my fist to crush them, cutting off their food supply and setting a famine to destroy both people and animals alike. Even if Noah, Daniel, and Job were there, their righteousness would save no one but themselves, declares the sovereign Lord. Or suppose I were to send an invasion of dangerous wild animals to devastate the land and kill the people. Even if these 3 men were there, the sovereign Lord swears that it would do no good. It wouldn't save the people from destruction. Those 3 alone would be saved, but the land would be devastated. Or suppose I were to bring war against a land, and I told enemy armies to come and destroy everything. Even if these 3 men were in the land, the sovereign Lord swears that they could not save the people. They alone would be saved. Or suppose I were to pour out my fury by sending an epidemic of disease into the land, and the plague killed people and animals alike. Even if Noah, Daniel, and Job were living there, the sovereign Lord swears that they could not save the people. They alone would be saved by their righteousness. Now this is what the sovereign Lord says. How terrible it will be when all 4 of these fearsome punishments fall upon Jerusalem: war, famine, beasts, and plague, destroying all her people and animals. Yet there will be survivors, and they will come here to join you as exiles in Babylon. You will see with your own eyes how wicked they are, and then you will feel better about what I have done to Jerusalem. When you meet them and see their behavior, you will agree that these things are not being done to Israel without cause, says the sovereign Lord. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I greatly appreciate you tuning in and listening while I go through this journey. I hope you're having a great day and a blessed day, and until tomorrow, bye.